Halloween items have just released in Lumber Tycoon 2, and in this video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about them. So the first items are located in Fancy Furnishings, so to get to them you're going to have to lower the bridge, and that's going to cost you 100 lumber bucks unless you have the game pass, in which case it will be entirely free. Then you're just going to want to take your first right. So right here we have this road. You're just going to want to make your way over to Fancy Furnishings. That's this building right here. Once you make your way into Fancy Furnishings, it might be a little bit difficult to tell what's new because of course we already had these spooky icicle lights in game, but the new ones are actually over here. These are called the scary icicle lights. These are going to cost you 910 lumber bucks, which is actually the exact same as the previous ones, and it looks like it's actually the exact same description as well. So the only difference between them is of course the name. This one's scary and this one is spooky, but we also have different colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a couple of these. Now, unlike the next item we're about to go check out in this video, these scary icicle lights will probably not be taken off sale after this October. Of course, there is always a chance, but typically icicle lights don't go off sale, though the spooky icicle lights over here did go off sale for a few Halloweens before becoming an item which you could purchase year-round, and all of the other icicle lights are year-round, so I wouldn't expect these ones to go off sale. It seems like the general direction for all of the icicle lights has been towards them becoming purchasable all year. So all of that is to say you probably won't have to stock up on these because they probably won't go up in value, since of course you can just get them from Fancy Furnishings even after October probably. So I'm not gonna get too many of those. And the new scary icicle lights have the exact same maximum length as the previous ones, as you guys can see. And just like with the old spooky icicle lights, the outer shell does not render behind glass, so you can actually see what's inside of these icicle lights. Now initially it will appear gray, however if you turn them on and then back off, they will actually show just a darker color of what they look like when they're on, and it looks like that's the same case for the old ones as well. But yeah, if we go ahead and turn these on, as you guys can see, the new ones appear red and green, whereas the old ones were orange and purple. So yeah, that's super awesome. But behind glass, as you guys can see, this is actually super awesome. Behind the glass they appear red and green, which is actually perfect for something like Christmas decorations, which is kind of ironic considering these are supposed to be for Halloween. And actually when they're off, they kind of look like they would make for good decorations for Thanksgiving. Of course, only behind glass. Without the glass, they definitely look very Halloweeny. But yeah, those are the new scary icicle lights. Those are super awesome. I'm definitely gonna try using these for Christmas decorations when the time comes around. Moving on to the next item, which is also across the bridge but in a different store. We're gonna go head over to Bob's Shack, which is this little shack over here. It's a little bit hard to see since it kind of blends in with the mountains. You can probably see it through the windows over here, but yeah, this is the next item, which is in Bob's Shack and can be purchased for 728 lumber bucks, and this one is called the Jack-O-Melon. This is maybe somewhat surprising to see considering last year's pumpkins featured a new design and mechanics. I was half expecting that to either return each year or for there to be different versions of it each year. However, it looks like this new pumpkin is in the same form factor as the rest of the carved pumpkins. If you go ahead and purchase it, you gotta be kidding me. Bro, why is the I'll take it on the bottom? I hate it when this happens. Anyways, if you go ahead and purchase them, you guys can see that these new pumpkins do not emit light, unlike most of the other pumpkins in this form factor with the carved face on them. And the new pumpkin features this leaf on top, which is actually the same leaf that can be found on the lumpkin from 2019. So honestly, it kind of makes sense why it wouldn't emit light, because I don't think the lumpkin did either. Obviously, this is not a pumpkin, but rather a watermelon carved to look like a jack-o'-lantern. Considering its very cheap price, though, this item will shoot up in value after it goes off sale, probably sometime in November. So make sure you get a ton of truckloads of them before they go off sale, because you'll be able to sell them to other players for probably around 50 times the price. That's my estimate. So that is quite the profit margin. Definitely worth the effort, and a pretty good way to stock up on on the melons is just to park your truck right here. Then you can go ahead and purchase all of the pumpkins and then put them in the back of your truck through this window right here. Obviously, you'd probably want to be using a long truck for this because there's a lot more storage with that. And I swear I just did it again. Bro, it just becomes muscle memory for the I'll take it to be on the top. This was actually happening to me earlier, so I just got really bad luck today. I'm pretty sure if I rejoined, the problem would go away. It's just a bug. But yeah, guys, make sure that you stock up on these new pumpkins. And actually, if you press Q on it, you will actually end up wearing it, which is super awesome. And this will actually stay on you even if you reset your character. And you can actually do this with any pumpkin you want. And while that isn't true, you can totally troll your friends by telling them that, because you can now wear all of the Lumber Tycoon 2 pumpkins on your head. Just pop over to my merch store game, link in the description of this video, and you can purchase a few of your favorite pumpkins. Right now, all of them are 95 Robux, which is the cheapest they can be. So make sure you pick up some of them so you can wear the new pumpkin while you stock up on them, and watch as people ask how you got the new pumpkin on your head. I'll be chilling in this game for a little bit after this video is uploaded, so make sure you guys join up if you want to meet me and get some of these epic pumpkins and support the channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one once it's out. See ya!